Hey guys, Casual Crono here. In this video we're going to do a few pulls, hopefully get Linaria, the newest character in another Eden. Now Lenaria is, from what I understand, a sword user, and among other things, she has the ability, she herself has a passive critical guard, and she has the ability to give critical guard to the entire party. So probably one of the questions that's going to come up, because I've seen it come up in my other videos, what exactly is critical guard? Simplest way to explain it is to pull out a critical guard user. Soira AS, Shani Alter, and Dunrith Alter all use critical guard. And it mentions it right here, but doesn't really explain what it is. Critical guard relies on two stats. It relies on your physical critical rate, and it relies on your luck stat. So whatever your physical critical rate is, that's how often critical guard will trigger. So obviously if you have a weapon like an Elpis weapon or a Void weapon that has a 100% critical rate, that means critical guard is going to trigger 100% of the time. In other words, unless there's a debuff reducing your critical rating, you always have critical guard. The other half of the explanation, can't talk tonight, is your luck stat. What critical guard basically does, it takes your luck, divides by 500, and then multiplies it by 75%. So if you think about that math, if you have 500 luck, 500 divided by 500 is 1. 1 times 75 is 75. That means if you have something like the Void Lance equipped, that means 100% of the time, if you had a luck of 500, you would reduce all damage by 75%. Flat. Everything. That's why you've seen my videos and you've seen my wind teams, and you see where bosses will completely obliterate the rest of the team, but Soira survives and takes maybe like 500 damage. Or Shani Alter survives and is almost unscathed. That's because of critical guard. 100% of the time, they are reducing a huge portion of the damage based on their luck. If your luck goes over 500, the calculations stop. The best you can do is a flat 75% damage reduction. But then if you think about that and pair it with like Tetra's Aura or other buffs, you can really reduce damage to a small trickle for anyone with critical guard. Why do I bring this up? This newest character, Linaria, has one of her skills, not her Stellar Awaken skill, just a regular skill, gives the entire team critical guard. Nothing like that has been done in the past. So this is kind of a first. So she has the ability to really severely reduce the damage to the whole team. Now, to make maximum use of it, if you do happen to pull her, you'd want the rest of the team with a 100% critical rate, and you'd want the rest of the team with a pretty high luck. It just so happens that Seti, who also came with a Stellar Awakening update, which I have not done yet, but basically, Seti, among other things, has the ability to buff the team's luck by 40%. So she paired with Seti will probably severely reduce a lot of incoming damage. Now that just leaves two characters left to do a lot of damage. I don't know how Seti's stellar skills and upgrades go as far as his damage. And I've gotten the impression that the new character, Lenaria, is really more support than damage dealer. Nowadays, it seems like all the new characters have one or two really strong damage attacks. So anyway, if you pull her, realize that's what she's capable of, and you need to kind of rethink how your team is geared if you want to make the most of it. One final note. Critical Guard is always based on physical critical rating. Dunnerith Altar is kind of annoying to gear because he's a magic user. He doesn't use physical critical rating, and if you give him like the Void Staff or the Elpis Staff, he has 100% magic critical rate, which Critical Guard does not use. So if you have her paired up with magic users, you need to find a way to get them to have 100% physical critical rate in order to make use of the Critical Guard. Now, there's buffs, of course, that improve critical rate and stuff like that, so you'd probably have to do something like that with magic users. But her being a sword user, I don't know how often you're going to pair her up with magic users anyway. Just thought I'd throw that out in case you happen to pull her, which we are going to go ahead and try and pull her. So she's a brand new character. There's no form of her, so my general rules, I will try 5 total attempts, and that will leave me some stones to save for whatever comes next. If I get her, great. I'll be happy. I'll love to start theory crafting with her as soon as I can get her, but you know how the rates are in this game, so we will see. Pull number 1. And we start off with a bot. All right, we're gonna start going a little faster here. Oh look, Denny twice. I mean, what's the chance of that happening when you think about it? There's what, 200 and I don't know how many characters? Akane, another 4 light for her. Not the greatest of pulls. It's starting to look kind of like my Leclerc pulls. Uella. I mean, I have her, but I don't pull her that often, so... Alright, pull number 1. Not terribly helpful. Round 2. And we start with not a bot, at least. She's probably due for some type of an upgrade. Her too, for that matter. Would be cool if the bots all got Stellar Awakenings. Uh-oh. Well, let's see what we get. Lokido. Not who I was hoping for, obviously, but that's actually, I think, the very first time I've pulled him legitimately. When they gave us that free drop from for an anniversary or something a while ago, he was the only one of the original characters I had never pulled. Well, I guess I pulled him now, but not who I was looking for. I would be happy with a 4-star. That Critical Guard buff does not require a Stellar Awakening from what I can tell from the wiki, so... Rufus. He's got a lot of light. Alright. Spook Gold Door. Round 3. Lavinia. Bots. I think most of my bots have like 40 or 50 light each, or shadow. Another Denny. It's what, 3 now? Another Sayuka? Well, this pull is not looking very good at all. Oh, I thought that was a 10th door. Now it's a 10th door. Yazuki. Alright, that is just about as horrible of a pull as you can get. I guess there's only 3 sisters, bots, knights, so could be worse. Probably shouldn't tempt fate. And we begin with Bertrand, whom I already have and have Stellar Awakened. Actually a very good Earth tank, all in all, but not who I needed. So I wonder how much light he has now. Soira, we were just talking about her. Not the critical guard person I was hoping for, but Soira is still an excellent tank if you don't have Shani Alter or Shiguri ES. A little dated these days, but still an excellent tank. Palm. That should put her at 205 now. And May. Alright. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. 2 5-stars, which is still better than my Leclerc Alter pool, but nothing particularly helpful. One more, and then we'll just hope we get a spook 4-star in a future pool. Pray. Uh-oh. Another spook. We got her. All right. Lenaria. Stellar Awakened. Whew. Well, this definitely is a lot better than the Alter Leclerc pool session I just had. And that also means, because I have SETI, obviously, I can start playing around with some fire teams or piercing teams or slash. You know, we'll figure it out. All right, let's see. You know, I still don't have 5-star Faran. Another Yazuki. Sayuka. And I guess this is the 10th door. Don't really care. Oh, it's another Rufus. Still don't care. We did it, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll go through the little... Oh, I've read that there's some person on Reddit has already posted if you got a 4-star and you need the tome. Apparently, Xeno Domain is dropping the tomes. So there you go. And that's, I guess, where I'll be running next, so I can start getting tomes for her proof. But all right, let's see the little introduction here.
Cosmos, is your GPS warped again? Ugh, what even is this place?
I like her voice.
Whoa, those clothes, man. Are you... Is this a game? Are you an NPC? Oh, what am I saying? The graphics are way too good.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the voice. Some of them, I love British humor and British accents, but sometimes the character doesn't quite fit the voice, you know? But this one's hitting it.
I'm Linaria, by the way.
Linaria, okay. I'm pronouncing something right.
I work for the COA, just joined up though, so a little new at all this. This is my drone, Cosmos.
Does she?
What's up?
Does she come with a sidekick? I honestly...
Cool.
Oh.
So, I'd love to chat more, but I gotta do a thing top secret, super urgent, whatever. Maybe we can sync up later.
She probably likes the Lord of Mana game. I wonder if they reference that. Alright, I don't see a picture of Cosmos unless he's hiding back there. Didn't say anything about getting a Cosmos either. Alright, Lenaria is a Pierce. I think, was she bow and fire? Apparently not. Maybe she just wasn't fire. Nope. Oh wait, unless she's level 1, which she probably would be. Nope. Lance? Oh no, duh. I said she was sword, didn't I? I'm just excited I got her. Okay. Let's go all the way down. There she is. Well, she was fire. I was right about that. All right. 20 SP points. Let's go ahead. I don't know why. You've seen me do this before. I like being efficient. I don't like wasting experience. It's stupid, but that's how this rolls. Okay. So let's take a look. Stellar skill. I almost don't even read the descriptions anymore. It's an automatic, you get this when you Stellar Awaken someone. That's the reason you Stellar Awaken them. All right. Execute safe space. All right. So she deploys double strike, piercing slash, which I believe, if I remember the wiki correctly, it's a slash zone and it's a piercing zone. So any sword, katana, axe, bow, or lance user will benefit from this zone. And not only can she give critical guard, which beefs up defenses, she can also give physical resistance for 5 turns, status immunity, and knockback immunity for 2 hits. That's nice. And in Stellar Burst, change to Final Protocol. So she can deploy the awakened version of that zone, which I don't have Leclerc Alter, so that means I finally have my first character that can deploy basically an infinite piercing zone. All right. In Stellar Burst, she can do the crit damage. So even if you have magic users, if you Stellar Burst for 1 turn, they're guaranteed the benefits of the critical guard. And then a very large attack. All right. Yep, slash piercing attacks, fill it up. Everything slows it down. Nice. Okay, so with limited SP points, go for Stellar Skill first. Second, I look at their other ability. So let's see. Alright, stacking Death Strikes seem to help them. And she's probably going to be in a mostly Pierce slash type people anyway, so we'll go ahead and open up that. Now, I usually like to at least get level 90 on new characters. So if either of these chains look kind of meh, and it's usually their Stellar Burst ability. Let's see. All right. Well, we want light power to store up so we can Stellar Burst more often. All right. Activate upon Stellar Burst when light power is greater. I get 1 extra turn of another zone. And Seti's a light character, but a lot of the top fire damage dealers like Minalka, Ewan, and stuff are shadow. The top slash people are like Sesta, Shiguri, all of them are shadow. So I'm not so sure light power is ever going to be greater. So I think half the time it's going to be tied, or half the time she's probably going to be with shadow characters. So I think this one is probably a safe skip until I can increase her stellar points more. So we'll skip this part of the tree. And we'll go ahead and do these. We'll unlock level 90. That gives me 3 points left. So I could go ahead and unlock this just for the occasions. If I form a team that's all light, I guess it'd be nice to have an extra turn. That gives me 2 points left. I could increase speed, or I could do luck and endurance. Well, critical guard relies on luck, and that's a nice 20 points of it. And defenses, physical defense, is controlled to a degree by endurance. So I think for my remaining 2 points, those two make a lot more sense than giving her an extra 10 speed. Alright, so she has the ability to go to level 90. Oh wow, I have not been using my guiding light swords. I'll probably have to think about that, but I think I'm going to at least go to 30 with her. In fact, with that many, let's just do it now. Okay, so that gives us a few more things. At this point, I want to make sure she can go to level 100. I usually go ahead and finish off that ability chain, and that gives me 2 choices left. So here's the big question. If she is defensive in nature, besides critical guard, having high health really helps. You've seen Soira and Shani Alter with 8,000 health, and nothing is killing them. At the same time, we also want luck, and I could give her 10 extra points of luck, along with 10 points of endurance and spirit, which help defenses. So do I want 10 points of stats, or do I want 600 health? Well, I'm very fond of saying you can't act if you're knocked out. So let's go ahead and give her 600 more health. That puts her at a base of 4,200. And her luck stat is very, very low right now. 10 points of luck really wouldn't have made that much of a difference. However, because she has 20 more levels unlocked, that means I have 20 more stat points coming up in the future, as well as a health boost. So that's another reason I try to awaken them to at least 100 as quick as possible. It's basically free stats and free health. Okay. Awesome. Well, I have a new character to play with. I've probably rambled long enough. Ooh, ability points. That does mean character quests, but can't really complain about that, because I got a new character. I've also been keeping up on my character quests. She's it. I've done every character quest for every other character I own, which I think at the moment now is 219. And I still don't have Levia because I have not bothered with fishing. Do I want to make that a goal this summer? No, not really. Okay, well, so I guess I'm going to play with this character for a while. What I've been trying to do lately, if I feel like I've gotten a good grasp on the new characters, I will attempt to do one of those, character development videos, explain them. I did that for Nilia. I noticed, I saw the number of views on that video, and I got a lot of comments saying it helps them, so... and Nilia was a little tricky to figure out, not going to lie. So I will probably do the same thing with Lenaria. I will try to figure her out, try to figure out who she pairs with well, and then maybe in a week or two I'll make a character development. No promises. If I can't figure her out, or if other YouTubers do a better job of it, I'll let them take care of that part. But and then I have one other decision I need to make. So I've been running my red and green keys. I've been using them all up. I'm up to about 2,300 gems. But lately I have not been buying any star charts. Some of them just don't interest me at all. But some of them do. I need one left for Sukiya. Tiramisu does not really interest me. Melina does not interest me. Mighty kind of did, since I have Shani Alter, or I'm sorry, normal style Shani awakened, and she needs strong male water users. and awakening him would make him stronger, but I'm having trouble justifying 800 gems just to beef up Shani, who I don't use. Tuva, I understand, does really good damage, Stellar Awakened, but my Earth team is kind of weak. Izuka is really strong. I think if I did not already have all the wind users I do have, Izuka would almost be a no-brainer. She seems really, really strong for someone that is missing that fourth character for a good wind team. But I'm not, so I haven't. Myris is new in this update, and so is Seti. Is Myris new? Maybe Myris was last update. I know her Manifest fight is open with this update. So, now that I'm thinking about it, I think Myris was a previous update. But Seti, I might want to Stellar Awaken him just to see if he works well. But anyway, with 2,300, very close to 2,400, I could buy 6 total star charts. Now, do I need any of these characters right now? Not necessarily. And the general rule of thumb is don't buy unless you need. I've thought about his mana since my water team is weak and she does have rage and could function as a tank. And now Seti is kind of appealing since I did successfully pull, I've already forgotten her name, Linaria. So, you know, I might be doing another video sometime. I have, you know, the gems to spend. As long as I keep about 800 or 1,200 in reserve, I don't mind blowing a few gems. So, all right, well, I've rambled long enough, and for the people that don't happen, who do try to pull her and don't happen to get her, I don't want to go on and feel like I'm gloating. I definitely sympathize with you. I've had horrible pulls in the past as well. That one was kind of like a little Hail Mary there at the end. You know, the first 4 pulls were kind of meh. But all right, so got a new toy to play with, and I will hopefully try to incorporate her and look for some videos coming up in the extremely near future of the newest, I can go back to this, the newest Ensemble, Where Light Does Not Fall. I don't know how many chapters it is, or if it's just a single chapter. I want to say ensembles usually don't last too long. But we're going to check this out in a future video. And I noticed when I logged in, and I don't know if this happened to other people, I'm assuming it probably did, there were 2 campaign rewards going on. One was Start Ensemble, Scythe of Rebirth, and the Crimson Flower. And where'd the other one go? And Start Ensemble, Heroes of Bygone Days, and the Engraved Oath. Now, I know I just finished school, you know, me being a teacher and all, and I know my brain was fried at the end of the year. I do not remember these ensembles. Maybe they were from a while ago, but you would think that if they were from a while ago, I would have gotten the stones then, but maybe this is just a revisit campaign. But, yeah, so if you haven't done either of those, try to get that in. If it's a campaign, this is a temporary stone source. Oh yeah, and I got 3,000, 4,000, and 5,000 spent for the Star Trails. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good luck to you in your pulls if you're pulling for her. If you're not, keep saving those stones, and good luck to whatever it is you do pull for in the future. Casual Crono, signing out.